Making sure we are streaming.
It's Your God Call with Reverend Bill.
When I hear someone say it can't possibly get any worse, or it can't possibly get any better than this, I just smile. This is a universe of infinite possibility and potential. That one infinite power that creates everything has created each of us and is creating this next experience for and through and as us. So the thought that it's limited and can't be any better or any worse is simply our own ego making a claim of something it can't possibly know. It can get better.
Sirenita de los ríos, danza, danza con el viento. Sirenita de los ríos, danza, danza con el viento. Con tus flores y aromas perfuma los corazones. Con tus flores y aromas perfuma los corazones. Cura, cura, cupercito, limpia, espertito. Cura, cura, cupercito, limpia, espertito. Cantaramos y caritos, abuelita curandera. Danzaremos muy unidos, sirenita bobinsana. Medicina de la selva, eres tu bobinsanita. Medicina de la selva, eres tu bobinsanita. Cures mal estas visiones a tus hijos en las dietas. Cures mal estas visiones a tus hijos en las dietas. Cura, cura, cupercito, limpia, espertito. Cura, cura, cupercito, limpia, espertito. Cantaremos y caritos en Sistiana, ayahuasca. Cantaremos y caritos en Sisita, ayahuasca. Danzaremos muy unidos, sirenita bobinsana. Danzaremos muy unidos, sirenita bobinsana.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Gillian Grassie. And good morning to everybody. Good morning, New Thought Philadelphia. And for those of you who actually read the libretto or the program or promotional materials, you might be scratching your head saying, that doesn't look like Dan Rendine. And you were, in fact, correct. That is not Dan Rendine. Dan is taking Sunday off because it turns out that he added another child to his family this week. And we thought it would be nice for him to spend some time with his new baby boy. Apparently, fifth baby, and his first one that's a boy. So go, Dan. Congratulations. And we're still delighted to have Gillian with us. So good morning, y'all. You know the rules while we're on Zoom, which is like you keep yourself muted except when you're going to be sharing, just because that's how politeness works. Or if we're going to be making a cacophony, which we're going to do right now, go ahead and unmute your microphone so you can repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I open myself to love.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to August.
I open myself to August.
And I know love is right here, right now.
And I know that love is here right now. And so it is.
There you go. Mute one more time as I remind you that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. So whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you to our Zoom today, wherever you're heading next, we have been expecting you. We love you and welcome home. We believe there's one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we're each using that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. way we like to say it is your new life begins with a new thought. And you don't need to believe that. It's just that there is so much evidence that it's true that it makes it convenient for us to talk to each other in terms of that. As we embark upon the Sunday celebration, please silence any unneeded electronic devices that are going to distract you or disturb you in the next hour or so. And we get to focus on each other. I'm Bill Marchiony, the spiritual director at New Thought Philadelphia. We have a couple of practitioners with us today. Well, first, I want to say again, good morning and thank you for joining us, Gillian Grassie, who is playing for us from Los Angeles, California. Let's see, I think Jesus Bias is going to do a meditation for us in a little bit, and Joe Catanzaro is going to do the reading for us in a little bit. And right now, Breen Rourke, RSCP, is going to open us the way we open everything, which is a practical prayer.
All right. Now I lay me down to sleep.
To make some trouble.
Oh, prayer. It's just aligning ourselves with the one, that one power and presence, because that's all there is. There's even science tells us there's this singularity at the core of everything. It's all the same stuff. And everything that we see in the known universe is made from that same stuff. So it's that same energy, the same presence, the same divinity that creates everything out of that same stuff, because it's all that one. So on a spiritual, on a cosmic, on a material level, we are expressions of that infinite source right here, right now, always growing, evolving, expanding, bringing that one into expression in the now. And that's what this idea of New Thought Philadelphia, it is that one in action. In this celebration today, the words, the music, the fellowship, the technology that brings us together from all over the world, literally, is that one in action. So I'm so very grateful for this time together, grateful for all these bright lights of love, grateful for the opportunity to come together, to grow, to share, to enjoy, to celebrate. So with gratitude for this good, I release my word into the law, the creative law, the law of mind action, the law that acts on those thoughts, those beliefs, that always is creating and always says yes. So of course, it says yes to this good now. So it is. Yay, prayer. Why do we pray? Anybody know? Bill knows. Everybody knows. We pray because it works. And now is the time we like to hear about how prayer is working in your life. We call this bit Prayer Work Stories. So you can wave your hand in your Zoom window. You can click the raise hand button down there in reactions or somewhere down there. And we want to hear about how prayer is working in your life. I'm scanning. Well, I've got one at least. So many of you guys know that my son's partner had a baby on the 26th of June. Theodore Francis Rourke. He came to us a bit early at 30 weeks, so he's in the NICU. But he is doing great. He has almost doubled his weight since his birth. We saw him yesterday. He is happy, as far as you can tell, with a month-old baby, but he's doing great. Surprise, the nurses said he's opinionated. So I guess it is genetic. So yeah, that's definitely prayer working. And that one working, just evolving, growing. That's what babies do. That's what life does. It grows, it evolves. Oh, Gillian.
Yeah, I've actually got one. So about a year and a half ago, I decided I wanted to get sober from pot. It sort of was a confusing thing because I was never a daily user, but even so, I'd sort of accepted that I wasn't fully at choice in that relationship, and I wanted to be free of that. And I was a couple months into my sobriety, and I was having a hard time. I was in one of those days where I was having this day of a lot of rationalization and a lot of sort of like mind racing, self-convincing, like this isn't like, it's just like a glass of wine, it's not illegal, it's not going to ruin your life, like you're making such a big deal, it's like, you're not, being so dramatic, this doesn't matter. And I was really kind of lost in like, I sort of lost my center. And I in a moment of like frustration and confusion just sort of prayed. I was like, look, if this actually matters, could you just make it really, really clear? Because I don't know which way is up or down right now. Like I honestly don't know what voice to listen to. And I stayed clean that day and I went to bed. And in the morning, I had a text message from this guy that I dated very briefly for a couple months when I was like 19, and we hadn't spoken in like 15 years. And he said, "Hey, Gillian, is this still your number?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, well, I had a dream about you last night. When people enter my dreams, I like to tell them. Is that okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he told me about this dream he had, and there was some stuff with music that was relevant. And then he said, "Oh, and by the way, if you're smoking pot, you should stop doing that. It's not serving you." Apparently, in the dream, I'd also like smoked smoked some weed, and it was like a thing. And I was like, "Okay, okay, got it." And that was just such a gift because it's actually I've just returned to that really clear message anytime I've had a craving, and it's been much easier to stay the path. Yeah.
No, that's great. I love stories like that. Prayer works. Bill, you got a story like that?
It's not exactly like that, but it's a prayer work story. So we're doing this 2 week summer class on basically taking your prayer, kicking it up a notch. And we're hybrid, so we're in Narberth. And a couple of the students had said, "Hey, we're going to get together for dinner ahead of time. You want to join us?" And I love doing that sort of thing. And so I asked Reverend Paul Hoyt if he could lead the meditation on Thursday, and he said, "Sure." And then he said, "Oh, wait a second. I have a prior commitment. I'm watching my grandson because my daughter is going to a doctor's appointment, so I can't." I was like, all right. And I'm just basically seeing the truth in all of this and knowing that love is unfolding. And I was unattached and set the intention for it all to unfold sweetly and texted Jesus. And he says, "Oh, yeah, I can do that." And I was able to join the students for dinner, and it was wonderful. And all the pieces fit together. And it was not a big, huge foxhole prayer kind of thing. It just worked.
Great. Karen Judd.
This isn't a big thing, but it's kind of neat how it happened. And that is my great niece's birthday is coming up next month, and I always like to get like an article of clothing and then something else. And for her, I had in mind this denim jacket that I had seen a few months ago on the back, which had an embroidery heart with butterflies. And so I went searching, I couldn't find it, I couldn't find it. And I said, I so want to get that for her. And then the next day, up Facebook came that in my feed. And not only that, was extra 20% off. Life is good.
Life is good, and there are no small things. It's all God. It's all in action. Hey, Zeus, did you have your hand up, brother?
Yeah, yeah. In the same line, I'm doing the Thursday meditation, and I got to take somebody to New York Airport, and I had to pick them up in Center City at 4 o'clock. So I figured I had enough time, for the meditation at 6. So I get there. I should get there by 5:30 or before that. But it was a big storm, and the people took like maybe 5 minutes after. Um, so I was praying. I said, "Oh man, how I'm gonna do this? Do I take it driving? Do I stop? Because it looked like I was gonna get there a little later." Um, but I got there a minute before, so it worked out perfectly. The prayer worked, so it was good. So yeah, I wanted to share that since Reverend Bill shared about Thursday. So
Love it.
Nice. So prayer works. Um, Whatever it is, there's no big or small, no right or wrong. It's all God in action. So do it. Do it now. All right, what do we got announcements next?
Let's do the announcements next.
Let's do the announcements. If you have your kazoo, you ready for timpani, and welcome Jane in with the announcements.
Good morning, everybody. This delightful information is on the website at newthoughtphilly.org. You can sign up for the weekly e-newsletters so we can keep in touch. We host a dozen 15-minute meditations every week. Drop by for some quick inspiration on Zoom. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings this week are also on Insight Timer Live. The Practical Prayer podcast this week is Decluttering with Carol and Reverend Bill. Listen where you get podcasts. Join in for the live recording session tomorrow at 1 p.m. on New Thought Media Network. Reverend Bill will be joined by Carol and Dr. Robert Brzezinski on Saturday, August 16th at 3 p.m. to talk about New Thought at Interfaith Awareness Week. There will be another You Are Not Alone gathering on Sunday, August 24th at 7 p.m. on Zoom. We'll meet to support each other as we navigate the challenging times we're facing. Sandy leads the Power of 8 Intention Circle every Monday evening from 6:30 to 7 to help bring new experience into the lives of the group members. Get God Calls. They are half a minute of inspiration on your phone 4 times every week, starting with a free 2-week trial. Info is at godcall.org. There are now more than 2,400 spiritual adventures in our group on meetup.com. Join or drop by a daily meditation to see what they know, and follow, subscribe, like, and share on Instagram, Facebook, Insight Timer, and YouTube. We are grateful for your financial support. Please support New Thought Philly with a tax-deductible donation by Zelle, Cash App, check, PayPal, Venmo, credit, or debit card. Thank you to the team that makes these celebrations work. We get together ahead of time to get things in order and have some fun. Email the volunteer coordinator to join the joy. Next Sunday is Hybrid from Falzer with What If? Instead of more of the same, Reverend Bill asks, what if your next experience could be different, better? How would it look or feel? Who would you become? Live original music by Deb Chamberlain. The practitioners are available for professional sessions by appointment. After the celebration, Breen is available for a quick transformational miracle in a minute prayer. Stick around in the Zoom meeting after the celebration for casual conversation.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And bless you. You don't even need to sneeze to get a blessing. In fact, we're going to bless each other. So what I'd like you to do is everybody rub your hands together. Feel the warmth. Feel the love. Send that out to everybody we're in community with. You are the bright light of God's love. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for shining that light and sharing that love with us today. And welcome home. Gillian's going to play another song for us, and as she does that, go ahead and make eye contact with the we're in community with.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place, the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm the right place, the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place, the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place, the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here.
Thank you, Gillian. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna have to check with Daniel Namod and see if he's ever heard that song played on a harp before. It's just wonderful, just wonderful. So every week we light the flames of faith, and it is a reminder of how interconnected we all are, not just amongst ourselves, but everybody. And leading us in the flames of faith today will be Hannah, whose birthday is coming up this week.
We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the earth-based traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. Thank you, Hannah. The reading today, brought to us by Joe, is from A Deep Breath of Life, I believe, by Alan Cohen.
Good morning. Today's reading is titled The Power of the Word. In the beginning was the Word. A woman in relatively good health underwent minor surgery. After her operation, however, Sally was not recovering, and each day she sank deeper into the abyss. Medical professionals were at a loss since all tests revealed she was physically healthy. Finally, someone suggested hypnosis. During her session, it was discovered that during surgery under anesthesia, Sally had heard one of the members of the operating team ask her doctor, "Do you think she'll make it?" The doctor answered, "No way. I give her a few days at the most." What Sally didn't realize was that the conversation was about another patient. Although Sally's conscious mind was asleep, her subconscious heard every word, and not knowing the bigger picture, she accepted the statement as true about herself and went on to manifest the picture of her subconscious had adopted. Sally's hypnotic regression assisted her to realize this was not her prognosis, and she recovered. The subconscious is the part of our mind that manufactures our experience. Psychologists tell us that the subconscious cannot distinguish between imagination and reality. If you hold an image in mind long enough and feel it as if it is real, you can manifest it. This is the essence of creative visualization, as well as self-fulfilling prophecy. If we think or worry about something enough, we may draw that experience to ourselves. We can use the same principle to bring us what we want. Hold in mind images of the life you desire and refuse to feed thoughts of what you do not wish. Watch your words. Be careful what you say to little children or the little child in adults. For children emotionally absorb ideas, even if they are said in jest or in the heat of an angry moment, or in prayers that we're taught. Feed your mind and heart with the most positive, energetic, and enlivening ideas and feelings you can imagine. Then you will live not in the world that is cast upon you, but the one you choose. Help me to feed myself and others with soul-nourishing thoughts and feelings. I speak the word of love, and it is manifested.
The book of love is long and boring. No one can lift the damn thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing. But I love it when you read to me and you can read me anything. The book of love has music in it. In fact, it's where music comes from. Some of it is just transcendental. Some of it's just really dumb. But I love it when you sing to me and you can sing me anything. Book of love is long and boring and written very long ago. It's full of flowers and heart-shaped boxes and things we're all too young to know. But I love it when you give me things and you ought to give me wedding rings. I love it when you read to me and you can read me anything. I love it when you sing to me and you can sing me anything.
Thank you, Gillian. Beautiful, just beautiful. Thank you so much. You know, not a lot of people celebrate Lammas Day. In fact, I made it a point to wish people a happy Lammas Day and acknowledged immediately after that, you don't know what it is. It's followed by a bunch of question marks. What the heck is Lammas Day? Lammas Day is the 1st of August, and it just passed last Friday. And it's noteworthy because Lammas Day is a cross-quarter day, which is halfway between the equinox and the solstice. So you're halfway between the summer solstice, which was in June 20th, 21st, and the autumnal equinox, which is about the same time in September. And the interesting thing about the cross quarter days is that that's when it really feels like the season that you're in. So August 1st really feels like summertime. The other cross quarter days feel like fall and winter and spring, and they actually have names that you recognize. As much as you don't recognize Lammas Day, you will be familiar with May Day or Halloween or Groundhog Day, which all have the tone and flavor and texture of the middle of the season that they're in. And I use that as a reminder that we're halfway through summertime. And so this is our midpoint. You may have been noticing that it's not light quite as early in the morning if you're one of those early riser type people. If you're not up really early in the morning, you don't care. And good for you. But we're halfway through the summer, so it's a good time to check and see how's it going. Are you having a hot time this summer? The weather in the Philadelphia area was very, very warm for quite a while, and the temperature broke this week. So, in some cases, people are having much more of a hot time now that it's cooler than they were when it was hotter. And it depends on what you're looking for in your summer experience. So when I ask how it's going, it partly is how's your summer going, and the other is how is it comparing to your expectations? Because we all have an idea of the way we think we'll feel when we're having an experience or engaging in an activity or living our lives. And then there's the way we actually feel, the feelings as we are going through that process. And you might have had the experience of going to an amusement park, maybe when you were younger. And you go on the rides and the roller coaster and you had the log flume and the spinning teacups or whatever was your fancy at the amusement park. And you remember just having a wonderful time at the amusement park. And it is possible you remember another time going to a similar amusement park and being in a bad mood or having an argument or a fight or a difficulty or something, and there was no fun at all. You go to the amusement park and you're in a bad mood, it's not that amusing. It's a fight or it's annoying. And that doesn't just happen at amusement parks, it happens all the time. Just check in with yourself. Have you ever gone to a party when you're in a bad mood or not feeling well or are just for some reason feeling irritated? And it's just excruciating to be at that party. It's like, oh, and a waste of time. And these people are just blah, 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 blah. And you can't do anything that's going to be entertaining for you. It might be a bad party. It might be the way that you're engaging with the party. And the reason that we feel unhappy or disconnected is because the expectation that we have is different than the experience that we have. It's also not limited to parties. Do the same thing at work. There are times when you can go to work and just feel, oh, this is an opportunity to share my gifts, to be with a team that's really on track to do something wonderful. We're supporting our customers. We're making money for the company. Everybody's having a great time. And other times you go to work and it just sucks. It's just awful. Why am I here? It seems like my 8-hour day is taking about 27 hours. And it's contagious. The other people who are at work are equally obnoxious and annoyed, and nobody's having a good time. Most people have had that experience. I spent some time in my younger life doing radio morning shows. And, so we would do comedy and make jokes and wisecracks and play music on the radio for morning drive time. And people ask me, what was that like? And, on the good days, that was just the most high level, uplifting thing I could possibly imagine. Because I was on like the morning zoo type shows where we had a relatively large cast of characters and we all got to interact. And when we were on, it was magical. Ideas bouncing off of other ideas, and somebody would say something funny, and then somebody would amplify it, and it would get even funnier. And it was just one of those peak experiences. And there were other times when it wasn't working, when it was just three people with huge egos in too small a room with bad air conditioning. And the 3 or 4 hours of the morning show just seemed like it was going to last a lifetime. And it wasn't the job. The job had the possibility of being spectacular and wonderful, and the circumstance also had the possibility of being challenging and difficult or overwhelming. So, in a lot of cases, the way that we experience something has to do with the expectation that we have of what's going to happen, and also the way that we bring ourselves to it. In the prayer class that we started on Tuesday, we're doing affirmations, which is where we set the intention for creating something in our lives. And I was reminded once again of the idea of dependencies. And dependencies, one of my teachers describes it as living in the fantasy world of someday I'll. Someday I'll lose the weight, someday I'll graduate, someday I'll get married, someday I'll get divorced, someday, whatever, someday I'll. And if we're living on someday I'll, then we're pushing our good away from us. And what we really want to do instead of saying, I'm going to have that wonderful relationship once I lose the weight. Well, losing the weight might be good in and of itself, and maybe that will be helpful. But when we say that we have to do this first before we're going to get that, we create the dependency, and then we're not going to have the experience that we're looking for because we've put something in the way of it. I want to have the experience of having a great job. And I think, well, in order to have that great job, I'm going to need to graduate from school. I'm going to need to get my degree. I'm going to need to go through a long interview process. It's going to be a while. I'm going to have to work my way up the ladder so that I can have that really great job. And we're conditioned, we're told that's the way the system works. So we got to work the system and we get to do all of those things. We have also all heard of people who skipped over that, who wound up getting the cush job because they were uniquely qualified and the company had a need and they had the talent and the skill, and they skipped having to finish school and they skipped having to climb the corporate ladder and they skipped all of those other things and wound up landing in that job. Well, the same thing is possible for all of us. If you're going to be happy once you have a relationship and once you're married, then you can put finding the person and going through the courtship and getting married between you and your happiness. And the universe, which only has one answer, will be completely supportive. The answer is always yes. So if I say, I need to have this particular job and I need to have a car in order to have this particular experience in life, then I get to spend a lot of time toiling to get the car and the job and putting the infrastructure in place. And then perhaps I get to feel that experience of being satisfied and uplifted and joyous, whatever the experience I'm looking for. Or we can set the intention to feel happy, to know that that joy and uplift, that comfort, that satisfaction, that peace of mind is ours, and let go of the dependencies, let go of what has to happen. Do not put ourselves on someday I'll say, right now, it is possible for me right now. And the universe says, yes, because that's the only answer that the universe has. It was very entertaining to me when we were talking about prayer works before, and it's somebody said, "Well, this is a small thing." It's like, well, that's quite a judgment, and maybe it is a small thing. But if you think about the way the nature of creation works, is there is one infinite creative power that has been in existence and operating and creating since the very beginning of time. And it started by creating the entire manifest universe. Maybe with the Big Bang, maybe with in the beginning there was darkness and void, and the infinite said, let there be light, and there's light. Whatever the creative processes we're describing, it started out with that one that's sharing itself, that's creating everything that exists from itself. And we know by looking in telescopes that the manifest universe is 14.2 billion light years across and has billions of galaxies with billions of stars in each of them and billions of planets. And just here on Earth, there's billions of just about anything you want to start counting. People, forests, fish, all of it. This one planet in this one solar system, in this one galaxy, of which there are billions of each, the biggest thing that ever happens on Earth is small. It's all small. So when we say, well, this prayer is a big deal because it was the completely unexpected surgical outcome, and that person is now back in perfect health where we thought that we were going to lose him. Or I found a quarter on the ground. When the prayer is for prosperity and the quarter shows up, that is just as big as the transformation that happens when somebody's diagnosis changes. The other thing that was really wonderful in the reading was about the difference between imagination and reality. If we are told something or we get an idea and we attach our attention to it and we give it power, that creates our experience. It can be every bit as real in experience as something that happened based on outside forces. It doesn't matter. Our minds are hugely powerful. It was a really fun exercise that we did in class. So it's on the idea of controlling your thoughts, because everybody thinks we can control our thoughts. Everybody thinks that we are the masters of our own minds. So do not think of a purple elephant. That's the instruction. Do not, under any circumstances, think of a purple elephant. Don't consider what shade that purple elephant is or how big it is, whether it's an African or an Indian elephant. Do not, at this point, think of a purple elephant at all. Don't even consider what color the purple elephant's toenails are. Don't think of a purple elephant. And of course, even as you're not thinking of a purple elephant, you're thinking of a purple elephant. And now there's a purple elephant that's floating around in your subconscious because you've seen it in your mind's eye. Now, you also know that it wasn't real, that it wasn't something that you saw out there on safari or at the Philadelphia Zoo. But it's still something that's planted in your subconscious. So you know what's in your subconscious? Do you know what's in your subconscious? It's a trick question. No, because you're not conscious of it. And if you were conscious of it, it wouldn't be your subconscious. So there's a lot of stuff in your subconscious. There's a lot of stuff that's creating the experience of life that you're having. The good news is that you can find out what's in there pretty quickly because, and especially the stuff that you believe in, because the stuff that's in your subconscious that you believe is true and accurate is going to show up in your life. If you believe that you are going to encounter a purple elephant, then somehow you will. It may or may not be an elephant that is spray painted purple. It might just be a poster that somebody created with a purple elephant on it that you happen to see for the first time, even though it's posted on the same billboard that you've been going by every day for the last 5 years. We have the ability to attract into our experience whatever it is that we have in our belief system. And we also have the ability to plant new things in our belief system. So how's your summer going? If it is meeting your expectations and you're having a hot time and it's just wonderful because you love the freedom of being able to go outside without having to put on mittens or a jacket. You like being able to dance back and forth from indoors to outdoors without having to care about it. You like keeping the windows open, or you like having the air conditioning on. If the experience that you're having is in line with the experience that you enjoy having, then great. And if you feel like one of those people who's in a bad mood at the amusement park, then the question is, how do you want to feel instead? Because if we're in a bad mood while we're at a party, the universe is completely supporting us to be in a bad mood at the party. Not requiring it, but allowing it. So we get to stop and say, is this the experience that I want to be having? And if it's not, then we can define for ourselves what that experience, that desired experience is. Let go of all the dependencies. No, I'm going to have a good time at the party. And it's not because that person is going to leave. It's not going to be because the topic of conversation is going to change. It's not going to be because they get more egg rolls to put on the buffet table. How do you want to feel? Identify how it is that you want to feel. Let go of everything else. Set the intention to have that felt experience, and then get out of the way. Let go of the judgment that the roller coaster has to work this particular way, that the DJ has to play that particular song. Open to the possibility that there is something new and wonderful unfolding that's going to give you that feeling whether you thought that's the way that you're going to have to get there or not. The good is at hand. The good is at hand right now and always. And you deserve it. You deserve that love, that joy, that harmony, that peace of mind, that prosperity, that health, that vitality, that love filling your life up in all sorts of different ways. You deserve it. So let go of whatever's not like it. Embrace the goodness and be that bright light that you are. Because the world deserves that as you. So it is.
Ire were were nitayocho. Ire were were. Ire were were nitayocho. Ire were were nitaya. Ocho kiriba nitayocho. Cheke, cheke, cheke. Nitaya. Ire were were. Ire were were nitayocho. Ire were were. Ire were were nitayocho. Ire were were nitaya. Ocho kiniba nitayocho. Cheke, cheke, cheke. Nitaya. Ire were were. Ire were were nitayocho. Ire were were. Ire were were nitayocho. Ire were were nitaya. Ocho kiniba nitayocho. Cheke, cheke, cheke. Nitaya. Ire were were.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Gillian. Beautiful music. Get us in the tone. We already in that space to meditate. So get comfortable where you at. Stay right there. Feet set in the ground. Palms in your lap. Bring them up. Bring them up like you're receiving that goodness or the blessing or the love, peace. This what I'm saying is already incarnated in you by the divine. One of the first authors of the New Thought movement and the great meditator, Warren Evan Felt, said, when the thinking ceases in meditation, the no thinking and real meditation is the greatest something there is. Yes. I'm gonna do this before I do that. I think where that works in, I'm gonna seek first the kingdom, and everything else will come after that. Yes, I'm gonna be united like we are right now. So take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs. When you're ready, let it go. Empty out yourself from lack, limitation, doubt, discord. All those humans, things, or thoughts. It's the human, you could take them out. It's put there by the humans. What God puts there, you cannot take out, which is love, peace, joy, wisdom, ideas, unity, happiness. Those are attributes of spirit that He incarnates in each one of us. Take out the blanket if they cover from the top and let it come out to the manifestation, demonstration of your life. Yeah, we're halfway there. Rumi said also, in the field of right and wrong, I'll meet you in the middle. A lot of times we could be halfway in our life here in this plane. Some of us not even half there, or half more than half. It's okay. It's a journey of life. It's good. Just stay cultivating that presence, that essence, which is in you. That's why if you want peace, love is in you. Don't go out there searching for it. Stay still and know your inheritance, divine nature, that God in you that want to express Himself. And the magical thing is, He want to know Himself through each one of us. So I believe that's an honor in itself. Divinity, knowing Himself through each one of us. Oh my God, what a gift, what a joy. So much wisdom, so much goodness. Keep your eyes open and receive the glory. Receive all that. Create that field. The bigger you create that field, the more your experience will be with it. You are born with greatness. You are born with kindness and love, and you are born with wings. No need to be crawling around. You can fly anywhere you want. Imagine it. Believe it. Know it. It's yours. It's ours. That's why we're here. That's the purpose of life. That's self-discovery of divinity within. So before I do that, before I do this, I go to the one source, brighter, the God in all. Yes. Embrace it and embody Navani.
Divinity knows itself through me. Divinity knows itself through each of us. We are divinity. We are divine. We are each beautifully unique individual expressions of that divine. It flows through us. It speaks to us. It expresses as us. And every time we open ourselves to it in prayer and meditation, we open ourselves to more and more good expressing in our lives. We are divine beings, living, breathing, walking about this world, expressing that divinity always. So I'm very grateful for this truth, grateful for this understanding, the awareness of the divinity within that we each bring always. So I accept that good. I know that truth, and I release this word into the law, the creative law that always says yes. It says yes to the divine in each of us now. And so it is. I invite you to take a nice, deep, full, cleansing breath. Breathe in. Exhale. Bring some gentle movement to your body. Maybe shrug your shoulders, wiggle your fingers and toes. Lovingly and gently allow the light to come back to your eyes. Allow your awareness to come back to the Zoom celebration. Gillian's going to do another wonderful song for us. But you have to unmute first, dear.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Gillian.
You're welcome.
So we're the part of our program where these ideas, the stuff in the reading and the music and the meditation and the prayer and the talk and all the rest of that is sort of whipping itself together in your awareness, and it's an opportunity to share what's come up for you. If there's some new aha that has come to you, or some objection that you have to something that I said before, go ahead and wave your hand and get a chance to give voice to it. All right. In that case, just a quick check-in. Start out. How's your summer going? Just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. How's your summer going? Oh, perfect. And however it's going, it's halfway over. So if it's not going well, you're halfway done. And if it is going well, you still have half left. And either way, amen to that. Going to invite the last chance. Last call for wisdom. All right. And bring Jane back in to lead us in the offering.
Okay. Hold on a moment. New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We are grateful for every way you share. We don't have a basket today, but there is a donate button on the website to make a donation by Zelle, credit card, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. You can also mail a check to the offices in Ardmore. The offering affirmation is on screen. Unmute and we'll say the affirmation together. I live in
I
an
live
abundant
in an
universe.
abundant universe.
I am one
I am
with the
one with
infinite
the
source
infinite
of
source of all good.
I am the center
I
of
am the
conscious
center of
prosperity.
conscious prosperity.
Enjoy the richness of
Enjoy the
life.
richness of life.
Bless my gift.
Bless my gift.
Share my gift with
Share my
gratitude and
gift.
joy.
Gratitude and joy.
That as I give, I do
That as I
receive.
give, I
So it
do
is.
receive.
So
So
it
it
is.
is.
So it is.
It is.
That was quite the cacophony today. Thank you all. And Gillian, one more song for us?
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in a world of my creation. What you'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply turn around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it. There is no life I know that compares with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply turn around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it. There is no life I know that compares with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
Thank you, Gillian. Thank you, everybody, for making today a spectacular kickoff to August. As a reminder, next Sunday we're going to be a hybrid at Falzer, so those of you who are within range can come on in and get a hug in person, and we will try and make it supportive and embrace everybody else who's going to join us on Zoom next week as well. Let us close with another cacophony. For some reason, I'm thinking about chocolate. I'm not sure what that's about. But thanks for that, Gillian. Go ahead and repeat after me. I am light.
I am
I am light.
I am love.
I am love.
I am the sweetness of summertime.
I am the sweetness of summertime.
I let my light shine
I
I let my light shine.
and I let the love flow.
Let
I
the
let the love flow.
And so it is.
And
And
so
so
it
it
really
is.
is.
So it is. Way to